Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We're going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey y'all, hey, we are live. We are live. Getting ready to go on the air. We're not on the air yet. But we're going on the air in a hot minute, in a little bit. Where are my girls at? Who is on? We're going to be going live on the air soon. Not yet. All right, here we go. The music is about to play. We get so excited when we hear the music on the radio. It's the Oscars. We got dressed up for y'all. Here we go. Awesome.
All right. Hello. Welcome to 9:10 a.m. the Superstation, WFDF. This is Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. Today we don't have Gloria, but it's the three of us, the force of friendship. We got issues. Oh my goodness, we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Happy Monday, our most favorite day of the week. Sabrina Monday with your Monday motivation. And we're all dutied up in our glitz and glam. We are still all about the Oscars. Caterina in that rich red lip, and then Crisette just over the top. Oh my goodness, I want to come to where you are, Crisette. Oh my goodness, y'all brought all the bells and bottles out. Well, audience, who watched the Oscars? Who watched the Oscars last night? Tell us if you did. Tell us who were some of your favorites. Oh my goodness, it was a great night. Great night. Before we get started, I see Casey, I see Diane, I see Carla. Oh my goodness, so many of our friends who are regulars, and I know that you're tagging a friend and you're sharing this broadcast. We are building our tribe, because when I tell you, when we break out of this pandemic, it's going to be on and popping with the force of friendship. Say hello to the people, Caterina. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. Hello. I'm coming to you from Chicago, and it is nice here. It was nice to watch the Oscars. It was nice to see the glamour. It was nice to see the glamour. It was nice to see the sisters. We're going to talk about the tea today. It was nice to see some new faces. And even this morning, the morning shows are always so fun. So I can't wait to have fun. Now, here goes girlfriend Crisette, Girlfriend Crisette. I ain't got nothing to wear. All my stuff is in storage. Mm-hmm. Don't ever trust her. Don't ever trust her when she tells you she's going casual.
Don't trust that first lady.
Happening.
That first lady be lying. Okay?
Y'all need to quit.
To have her extra wardrobe.
Y'all need to quit. Hey, everybody. I'm excited to be here on today. Y'all need to quit. You know what? Seriously, many of you know that we did a big move. All of my stuff is in storage. And when they talking about they want to have a glam, I'm like, I don't know what I have. I got some jewelry, but I wasn't sure what I was going to find. And I found this old thing just in one of the pieces of luggage. You know, I just pulled it out and threw it on. You know, some of us know how to style with, you know, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I'm telling you, when I watched, and I'm telling you, we watched the Oscars together. I mean, when I say together, we were on our group text and it was lit up. When I say we watched everything, and guess what? These girlfriends, they speak their mind. When I tell you, they talked about that look a hot mess. Oh, she looks fabulous. Oh, who did that? She knows she wrong for that. So today we're going to talk about the glitz and the glam. And you know what? We're going to have fun because there's so much going on in the world that can have us feeling down. So today we just want to keep it light. We want to keep it fun. We absolutely want you to call in at 313-778-7600 and tell us what was your best part of the night. Who did you really, really like? And who did you say, now, girl, you know you're wrong for that. So we want to know. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Back to you, Sabrina.
Well, you know, we really did enjoy the Oscars last night. But did you guys know that the ratings were at an all-time low? An all-time low. Yes, yes, yes. Viewership falls under 10 million for the first time ever.
Wow. You know what, Sabrina?
I wonder, do they catch everybody who streams? I mean, a lot of people stream it, but that must be included.
Yeah, well,
but I'm going to say this, Sabrina. I totally miss the glam of the red carpet. I mean, there's certain things that we've learned how to do in this virtual world well, and you figured out, hey, you don't take all that. We can do it this way and it's okay. But even though I watched last night, it still was just not the same. It wasn't.
Of course. I mean, they are trying to put it together the best way they can. And just think, people have not been to the movies in a year. Isn't that something that, I mean, the only movie watching we're doing is streaming from our homes because people have not been to the box office in well over a year. I was really kind of even surprised that they were able to do the job that they did. So I just, you know, talking about making doing the best that they can with what they had to work with.
Right.
And
exactly.
So, I know that we were disappointed. I was disappointed in a couple of the awardees that were awarded. I mean, what were some of your greatest disappointments, you guys? Before we get to the glitz and the glam, what were some of the biggest disappointments?
You know what? For me, Sabrina.
I was rooting for Andra Day. I was rooting for Andra Day. Billie Holiday, her debut she acted her behind off. That was thick. I could never realize how many movies are in one category, but I was rooting for her. I really was.
I know. I was rooting for Viola Davis.
Oh, me too.
How you pronounce it? I was really rooting for her. I mean, and everybody, the buzz was she was going to get it. She was going to get it. So, I mean, it talked, and then what about, oh my goodness, you guys, talked about Anthony Hopkins, 83, won the Best Actor Oscar for The Father, beating out the late Chadwick Boseman. Now, that was a heartbreaker for me. That was a heartbreaker.
I was going to say
for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, he was the runaway favorite going into the night, having been lauded by film organizations and critics groups for months. We've been talking about Chad getting this award for the longest time. And for him not to get it, that kind of, I was disappointed. I was.
Well, we didn't mention that Gloria wasn't able to watch. We just glossed over that. So I felt like we should say that text stream was hot. But Gloria in Colombia, and I know we'll tell you, she's not on today, but she couldn't get the show. But she was like between us and
she was living vicariously through our text messages. We had to, what's going on next? What's going on next? And as girlfriends, you don't want to miss out on anything. And she definitely was like, what? Who has on what? And we tried to post pictures and whatnot so that she could see what was going on at the Oscars. But that was disappointing. I was really, really hoping that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom would win something. I thought Viola Davis was absolutely outstanding in portraying Ma Rainey. So that was a little disheartening. But at the end of the day, I called it the Black Oscars. I really, it had a soul flavor for real, for real.
Yeah, it did. Check this out. In many ways, the 93rd Oscars amounted to a celebration of diversity, an issue that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has emphasized in wake of the, do you guys remember this? Hashtag Oscars So White protest of 2015 and 2016. Do you guys remember that? When it was like no color at the Oscars. But check this out. That was when its acting nominees were all white. This year, 9 of the 20 acting nominations went to people of color. Hello.
Wow.
Almost half.
That's almost half.
Almost half. That's huge.
And it's not just the people in front of the screen, but it was great to see people in front of the camera. It was great to see people behind the camera getting awarded because, you know, they make money too. We want to see it all the way across. Producers, directors, costume, everything.
And you know what? I can't wait till we get to the day that it will be a normal, so that you're not sitting there, you know, even to say it was the Black Oscars as opposed to just saying it was the Oscars, you know, because we've been left out so much that when we see 1 or 2 or 3, we're like, oh my God. I'm just waiting for the day where, you know, as our grandchildren, you know, come up and they see the Oscars, you know, they will see the diversity and they won't really we'll have to tell them, oh, we remember when, you know, the Oscars, you know, always kind of just, you know, did not acknowledge the Black actors and actresses. So I'm waiting for the day where this will be the norm and it won't be a big conversation because they deserved it and they got the Oscar for it. So that's what I'm looking forward to, you guys.
Yeah, well, speaking of first and things that we can't wait until that day happens, how about the makeup artists, you guys? Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson became the first Black women to win the makeup and hairstyling Oscar. The first ever, you guys. Come on. A prize they shared with Sergio Lopez Rivera for their work on Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And she said, I know that one day it won't be unusual or groundbreaking, Neal said about her win. It will just be normal. Just what you just talked about, Crisette. Anne Roth won for her Ma Rainey costume design, becoming at 89 the oldest woman to win an Oscar. 89, y'all, for costume design. So there were many firsts. Yes.
The sister with the, so what is her name, Sabrina? The sister with the black and the pearls who won, what's her name?
Oh, yeah. Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson. I think one with the pearl. I loved her outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that dress. Outfit. So she is from Gary. I didn't realize she's from Gary, Indiana. So I'm in Chicago now. So she is all over. But TJ Holmes had her on Good Morning America today. And there's just something about watching someone be so excited. I mean, when I tell you she was dancing, she was excited. Her energy was just so contagious. But all over the local news here in Chicago, they're just acting like Gary is just up the street. I'm pretty sure that's what she said.
Wow.
I've heard her on 3 different shows. Yeah. And hearing her tell her hometown story. So Chicago is claiming her as their own since it's right up the street.
And you know what else I want to add to that? Sabrina, you said the other one was, how old was she?
89.
Lesson that we can learn in life is never give up. I can't imagine at 89 years old, she's getting her very first Oscar. And of course, you know, this isn't her first rodeo. So at 89, she's been to Oscar after Oscar. And I can only imagine how many times she said it's going to be like every other Oscar. You know, I'm not going to get one, but she stayed in the game. And that's a lesson to us all. You know what? Quitters never win and winners never quit. And so that's encouraging. That's motivating. I'm telling you, don't give up. Even if you're 89, about to turn 90, you never know. It just might be your turn.
Hashtag not too old.
There's a lot of life to live. I mean, these women, and men too. But the bottom line is, if you have a dream, continue to dream. And Crisette, you said it, don't give up. How about Zhao, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Zhao, who is Chinese, became only the second woman and the first woman of color to win the award for Best Director.
Wow,
okay?
That's amazing.
Yes. I loved her speech. She was amazing. I loved her energy. I loved her zeal. I really loved watching her accept her award. What were you going to say, Caterina?
Well, I was just going to say, honestly, when Black folks rise, we always take all other people of color with us, always. And so it's just, it's great. We want to see women. We want to see all people of color. So important. And I know that was a big win for the Asian community. So just, and all people, again, all women. I was impressed. How about the fact that one little thing can help you get your black card? Glenn Close got invited to the cookout. Okay.
But
like when Wolf Blitzer did the Dougie. Okay. All of a sudden everybody was like, oh, Wolf Blitzer did the Dougie. Well, Glenn Close doing the butt. Okay.
That was awesome.
She coming to the cookout.
That was fun. You know what? I was so impressed that she knew, because I was thinking, as the DJ, as he was playing the songs, I was like, you know what? That's the Black playlist. I know he's going to go over to mostly, Black people to ask them the songs. And when he went to Glenn Close, I was like, why did you do that? Why are you putting her on the spot? I literally was feeling bad for her. I literally was feeling bad for her. But when she knew all of it, she knew, the movie, School Days. She knew everything about it. And then when she got up and actually did it, I was like, did they tell her that in advance? Because she was right on top of all of it.
She was. I loved that it didn't feel as stiff. The Oscars used to feel so stiff to me and so formal. And so it just didn't do it for me at all. But I loved those nuances of the DJ. I loved him getting Glenn Close up to dance. Yeah, I liked it. I did like that a lot. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk about wardrobe. We're going to talk about makeup. We're going to talk about hair. We're going to talk about soul. When I tell you soul cleaned up last night, have you guys seen, and be honest, have you guys seen all of these movies that we're talking about? Because some of these girlfriends ain't seen not one of them. Which girlfriend do you think ain't seen one of these movies, okay? And she's up here just talking. But anyway,
it ain't me.
What'd you say, Caterina?
I said it ain't me. Okay, my husband, we love watching movies. Okay, he watches them before me, but it ain't me.
Right, so, I've seen several, not all. It's amazing sometimes when you see the winners, the movie, and you're like, I never even heard of that movie. You feel kind of bad, like, it must not have appealed to me. I didn't tune into the advertisement of it. But sometimes I'm left saying, I guess I'm going to have to check it out since it won, the Oscar. But some of these I did not watch at all. So like The Sound of Metal. Raise your hand if you've seen The Sound of Metal. Cricket.
No,
not that one.
Nope. Oh my gosh, you guys. We're going to take a break in a little bit, but we're going to talk about our favorite outfits. Every girlfriend is going to talk about her favorite. And we're going to talk about Halle Berry. And we're going to talk about that Dolce & Gabbana, that beautiful pink. We're going to talk about her hair and her boot. All right? Did y'all see Halle's boyfriend? Okay, we was like, who is that with Halle? Where did he come from? And so we want to know, where did Halle find that man and who is he and all of that good stuff? But I will tell you, I loved the glamour. I loved just the thought, honestly, pulling out a picture of when I did get dressed over a year ago. It just made me feel better. But I'm going to tell you, I got a little self-conscious, like, can I ever look that good again? Okay. Can I ever walk in those shoes again? It's been a while. But you know what? When you dress up, you look up, and it's so much more fun. What do you guys like most about dressing up?
Oh,
having the picture so you could talk about it for
the way it makes you feel. I like the way it makes you feel. It makes you stand taller. I love, taking the pictures. I just love that, something that you don't do all the time. And, it's just time for you to say, hey, this is going to be a day where I'm going to look different. I'm going to look like, on a budget, what the stars and the movie stars look like. We know how to ball on a budget, right? Absolutely,
right.
We do.
That's it.
I love putting it together with my mom. The pre stuff. I really like getting my makeup done. I really like getting my makeup done, that kind of treatment. But I love putting the outfit together with my mom. My mom and I, that's a special time, and she puts her foot in it. And it's great. Whether we find a gown or have it designed, it's always fun.
Always fun, always fun, always fun. So, oh my goodness, you guys. All the designers were on the red carpet. When I tell you they came out at night, they came out at night. Whether it was the bright yellow or the perfect pink or the cobalt blue, it was beautiful. And so we come back. Call us 313-778-7600. This is the Force of Friendship. We got issues. Call us. Let us know who your favorites were last night on the red carpet. We'll be back.
So y'all, we are on a commercial break. And so while we're on the commercial break, we talked to our Facebook audience. We posted some pictures of us, and we want you to just comment on them. Which dress do you like the best? Okay. I posted 4 pictures on my own Facebook page and asked people to vote on what their favorite is. But when you get dressed up, do you stick with the traditional black or do you love color? I'd love to know. The last time you got really dressed up, do you prefer to go short or do you always think that glamour is long? A few years ago, especially, almost everyone was wearing short. Like short was the new glamour. And it's just interesting. I can't wait till we talk about the makeup part. Love color. Millicent says she loves color. What's your favorite color, Millicent? Sabrina, that picture of Sabrina in that yellow, she always wears color. Sabrina never wears black. Crisette looks amazing in black. I kind of like both, but color and long. Yes. And do you like doing, is it all about the heels for you? Because one of the nice things about wearing a long gown is, unless you're super short like me, you could wear flats. You don't have to wear shoes that are super uncomfortable. Thank you. I am wearing on and off the runway today. Joyce, I am wearing her dress. What I love about this dress is it has gold and silver in it, little shimmer. This is a short gown that is awesome for a cute little fun dress for hanging out. You love red and long. Excellent. And when you do your glamour, do you love, the extra time? We just take it next level. I have on the shimmer. Can you see on my arm shimmering? Okay, we're coming back from commercial. Here we go. Here we go. It's
the Force of Friendship. The Force of Friendship, back by popular demand. The girlfriends, Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. Well, Gloria is with her man. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Kim Banks. Happy birthday, Kim Banks.
Happy birthday.
Gloria. And if you know Gloria, she don't play about her man. She's like, it's my man's birthday. I will not be on the air. So we understand, But she just better know when our man's birthday rolls around, we don't want to hear a word from her, right? We don't want to hear a word. But happy birthday, Ken. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We are back 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. Callers, we missed a couple of you. Call back. We'll get you right in the show right away. There'll be no waiting. Call into 313-778-7600. We are positive. We are powerful. We are purposeful. We are not Pollyannish. I'm telling you, we're light, we're love, we're laughter, and we're lessons. And so today, we are talking the arts. We are talking the best of the best. We are talking the red carpet. Soul, we got Soul. Oh my goodness, what a big splash. Soul. It's a Pixar film about a Black musician stuck between Earth and the afterlife. Oh, that added to the celebration of diversity, winning Best Animated Film and Score. The Walt Disney Company, which owns Pixar and Searchlight, won a total of 5 awards. So, girlfriends, when I tell you Soul swept the night, Soul swept the night. What do you guys want to say about Soul?
First, I want to say I gotta watch it.
Okay.
I was going to say first, I gotta watch it. Okay. And of course, you know, when you talk about animation, a couple of lessons that it teaches. First of all, because I don't have any small children anymore, I don't really get so much into when it's animation. However, I will say that I have to be more intentional when it comes to movies and even animation that we see Black people represented in, that we do take the time to support it. We do give our dollars. We do, even if, you know, we don't watch the whole thing, we just want to make sure that we're doing our part, because I know I have been one of those who have complained for years about there not being enough Black representation when it comes to animations. You know, I sit and I've seen all of the Snow Whites and the Cinderellas. And of course, we know that they did do some new versions of it with Brandy and Whitney Houston, that Cinderella story, and that's really good. But I just think sometimes about, you know, little girls, little Black girls or Black and brown girls that sit there and they have to watch these animated pictures and they see absolutely no one that looks like them, or the Cinderella or the main character never gets the guy. They don't get the prince in shining armor. And so when we do see movies where we are represented in a positive light, you know, that's just a message to myself. You got to support. I hope that there won't be another time where I'm saying, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. If it's Black, we need to make the effort.
Yeah, I was going to say that, well, first of all, amen to that. Disney, big deal. I mean, I was the one who got kicked out of Disneyland because we were filming something and I was dressed up like Snow Black. And literally all the little Black girls were coming up to me, not just Black girls, kids were coming up to me, asking me for my autograph. And they kicked me out because they thought I was trying to impersonate. I was like, well, if y'all had some Black princesses up in here, maybe this wouldn't be such a big deal. So literally got escorted by the Disney Popo.
How long ago was that? When did that happen?
It was before. I am the reason there was, what's her name? Princess Tiana. Princess Tiana, wasn't that her name? I'm the reason that she existed, because it came out almost like a year right after that. But wow. So to see not just anyone do this, but to see Disney do it, it makes a big deal. And, you know, now I've got subscriptions to everything, because you got to have subscription to Hulu for this and subscription to Disney Plus for this. So it ends up being so good for them as well. But it's good to see it with Disney. And it's good to see when it's not just Black folks that produce content that we see when it comes, because the correct me if I'm wrong, Sabrina, I know you, but the screenplay, Peter Docter, Michael Jones, I thought I saw a woman up there too. I'm not sure what that was, but to see people see the relevance of what we have added and all that we bring when you talk about jazz, to talk about that and not talk about that from a Black perspective, it would just be wrong. But it's a really good movie. You'll love it, Chris. And they make animations now. It's not just for kids, right, y'all? I mean, we laugh just as much. And thinking about COVID, that was probably the best thing to do, because you could totally do it without being being separated, right? So big deal.
Yeah, and I just love now the different variations of streaming, how we can get movies. It's not like you have to go to the box office anymore. Imagine if we didn't have Netflix and all of these live streaming situations during COVID. When I tell you they were a lifesaver for myself and my family during this pandemic. So we're grateful that there's so many different outlets for artists to show their work. There was such a limited scope of how your work can be received and the deals that you can get. So now the opportunities are wider, broader for people.
And Sabrina, to add to that, I think that we are at a place now that the industry, the movie industry, has seen how, you know, they can make a lot of money by offering it on these premium channels. And you're going to have a lot of people. Yeah, I'll be the first to say, do I miss going out to the movies and hanging out with my husband and Chuck and the popcorn and just, you know, having that time together? Yes. And will I absolutely go back when it's time? Absolutely. But I still think that there are times where, especially in Michigan, where the snow is out and you don't feel like, you know, getting out in the cold. And if it was offered on one of the premium channels where you have to pay, and sometimes it might be a little cheaper, I could absolutely see doing that. So I think that they are taking all of that into account and making a decision. I think that when we are safe to go back into theaters, I think they're still going to offer an opportunity for people to view it right there in their homes.
Yeah. Remember the controversy when they were saying those don't count. That doesn't count. Remember there was a controversy if movies on Hulu or movies on Netflix could be entered. And now everybody then joined the game. Everybody.
That's right. That's right. Everybody counts. I mean, that changed the game. That entire streaming industry changed the game for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. Let's talk fashion, you guys. Let's talk fashion. Let's go to the dress. Okay. Jessica asked, what style of dress would you ladies choose to wear to the Oscars? Well, let's see what we have. Oh my goodness. My favorites, you guys. I loved. You know what? I loved that makeup artist. I know I should know her name, but the makeup artist with the collar, that collar with the rhinestone pearls. Posted it. That was really fabulous. And that is my style. And then I loved Angela Bassett in that red. Oh my goodness. She was in Alberta Ferrati. How do you pronounce that, Crisette? Who knows that? Ferrati? I've never heard of that designer, but it was an Alberta Ferrati. Okay. Zendaya in that yellow, screaming. That was Valentino. Mm-hmm. Okay. Screaming. Now, Regina Bell. Oh my goodness. Louis Vuitton. That dress was super fine on her. She said, I am modeling myself after the Oscar. I look like a statue. And she did. So many. I just love the way they looked. They did it fabulously. But what were some of your favorites, Crisette and Caterina?
I really liked, I thought whenever she wears white, it's just up against her beautiful ebony chocolate skin, Viola Davis. In that beautiful white dress by Alexander McQueen. That looks, that looks so beautiful on her. And then, you know what? I also like, I can be over the top, but I also like sleek elegance. And so I think her name is Margot Robbie, and she had on a dress by Chanel Haute Couture that was really very simple, but very beautiful. And sometimes simplistic can be elegant. Okay, sometimes, they can get out there and over the top, but sometimes simplistic is beautiful. I really, really liked her dress. And then you guys, we got to talk about the jewelry. Okay, the jewelry. Now, this is summer diamonds. You know what summer diamonds? Summer diamonds and summer not. These are the kind that you take off before you take a shower, okay? Because you don't want to leave a ring around your finger. And so, when you look at the jewels that they're wearing. And of course, I know some of them it's their own, but how would you guys feel if, the different jewelry companies, opened up their jewelry store and say, it's the Oscars, pick whatever you want. I can imagine wearing a $10,000 or $1 million necklace that's just dripping with diamonds. What? I mean, that is a fantasy. That is, one of those things that you could, only imagine what that feels like. And I know at the end of the day, you're like, I'm not giving you this back. I want to keep it. But we know that those things are so expensive. So I love watching, looking at the jewelry and how they accessorize as well. So those were two of my favorites.
Now, I love wearing a designer from Turkey, Fuad Sarkis. I've worn a lot of his gowns, and I sometimes see those at the Oscars as well. Halle Berry's gown, I know we're going to talk about the makeup, but I did like her gown. It looked pretty on her. I wasn't feeling makeup or the hair. We'll go there in a second, but her gown was really pretty. Sometimes I like sleek, and sometimes I like ballroom. So that is, I will say one of the reasons I like ballroom is ballroom. You don't have to do as much Spanx, and ballroom, when your feet get tired, you can have on some cute flats and you could fake.
That's true.
Fake But there's something about that hourglass look too.
Check out the dress that Amanda Seyfried, I think, had on, Seyfred, Seyfried, and she had on Armani Privé, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. This is a beautiful red dress. When I tell you, it was absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And I don't know, I love, and that's probably part of the part that I kind of miss is the red carpet, where the hustle and the bustle, when you see everybody stopping and they're posing. And it's kind of like in our business when we get all dressed up. I just so remember not being so excited about the awards night when everybody put on their gowns and just to sit and say, oh, that's my favorite. No, I like that one. And just to sit back and watch the different styles and designers. But you know what? Also what it shows us too is, all of these designers. Yeah, that's the dress. Thank you, Caterina. A lot of these designers, when you see some of the stuff, you're like, huh? Javon's design that. Sometimes it's so out of the box that you're like, I know I wouldn't wear that if I was offered. Do you guys ever feel like that when you see some of the styles? Yes. You're like, who said they should put that on? And I like watching the best dress and then reading about the ones that they said were the worst dressed. And some of the captions and some of the things they say are hilarious. When I say,
I miss Joan Rivers. Y'all remember Joan Rivers used to do that?
Oh yes. OMG. She was a mess, but she was funny. Okay.
Tell it like it is. So we're going to talk about
Hallie's dress was pretty. Hallie's dress was very pretty to me, but it's one of those dresses that unless you struck a pose, you don't get the full effect. You know what I'm saying? Right. It didn't look as pretty to me until she poofed it out or did a swirl or a twirl.
Yeah.
And that's when I fell in love with it. But you guys, when she first got on the screen, Crisette was like, do y'all like her hair? I don't like her hair. Okay. So
I had already said it. I couldn't type it. Even Anthony. It's her and somebody else. The makeup almost looks, I don't know what else to call it, but it's kind of like the dead look. It's like you see it in the movies where you look washed out. It's not a smoky eye. It's a different, somebody who's a makeup artist can tell us. I don't know.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you with Halle Berry, that classic shortcut when her hair, I mean, that's the Halle that we know, that we love. That hairstyle on her is classic. It looks so good. And I know that's a lot of nerve because I'm rocking the natural curls, look like a little afro. I get it. I love to try new things. But, just me, that look last night was not it. I've seen her in different hairstyles. That's not my favorite, I should say.
And the thing is, she usually is like spot on. You can count on her being hitting on all levels all the time. Millicent said the hair was a no. Tribe, if you're in here, yes or no? Was her hair a yes or a no? Her whole look. Caterina had a problem with her makeup. Crisette has a problem with her hair. We liked her dress, but everything else was a no. So what do you guys think? Now, you guys,
if you have been following her on social media, her social media is next level. I bet you that hair won't be on for a week, 10 days later. I bet you it'll be back. But her social media is slamming. So I know you're going to talk about that man. I think he got something to do with it because she got a new level of confidence, baby, on social media. It's a whole new level.
Okay, somebody needs to Google because I didn't. Who is her? Yeah, I miss Halle Berry. She's usually on point. That's absolutely right, Mardise. That's the same thing I said in our text thread. I'm like, that chick does not miss. She does not miss. But last night she was missing, in my opinion. She so here we go. What we think, okay? It's like,
who is Halle Berry dating?
Y'all miss this dude. Okay, who is she dating? Okay.
Who was our date? Come on, give us the
Van Hunt.
Van Hunt. He's sweet on the eyes. Van Hunt. Don't ask me who he is. We got to do some research. Who is Van Hunt?
All right, come on, y'all know girlfriends in the chat. Call in if you know who Stan Hunt is. Tell us the tea. We want to know who he is. Okay, you know, is that her boo or was that just her arm candy for the night? Who is Stan Hunt?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I'm trying to look it up and see. Somebody's gonna look it up and call us. But I'm telling you, it was good to see her. They look good together.
Caterina, while Caterina is looking that up, okay, did you see the suit that Coleman Domingo had on? It was a bright fuchsia, like a flamingo fuchsia suit.
I saw it. That's too much. That's too much, Crisette. Too much.
Was that too much?
Too much. Too much.
You don't think Kenny would wear that, Sabrina? Come on, you don't think Kenny could?
No. That was too much for Kenny, Quincy, and Kennedy. Okay, it was too much. And Chuck, and Anthony, and Ken. It was too much, y'all. It was that was over the top. Over the top.
I mean, now, you talking about color? That was color, baby. He wasn't afraid. Let me tell you something. If a man wears a Pepto-Bismol color suit and steps out, I mean, you know what? Once it's on and you on that red carpet, you got to walk like you got confidence and you just hope that it goes over well. But it was too much. Too much.
I think it was
just
to
answer y'all's question.
Guys. Okay,
I was going to say, just to answer your question, this is her Instagram, is her boo. 6.9 million followers. She know what she doing, and she posted her boo on his birthday. They an item. Just saying. Okay.
Got it. How old? Who knows? Okay. How old is Halle Berry? How old is she, Caterina?
I don't know. Ask Alexa.
I know they say a woman that tell her age will tell everything, but inquiring minds want to know. Girlfriends, tell us, how old is Halle Berry? How old is she?
54.
Well, you know what? She looks amazing. How old is she?
54.
Okay, she looks amazing.
I thought she was older than me.
Angela Bassett. Okay, Angela Bassett. How about Angela Bassett?
Come on.
She always comes out swinging. All right, every day, all day. When she steps out, no doubt about it, she is owning her style, owning her confidence. That red was screaming. We said her red was red right all by itself. Okay, that dress was a red right all by itself.
62 years, Sabrina, doggone old.
Let's talk about her pets. Let's talk about her arms. Let's just talk about when she had that dress. That's one thing, that dress was absolutely fabulous, but you could look and tell she's been in the gym. She lifts weight. Right. She's eating the right things. I mean, I don't know how old Angela Bassett is, but
they said 62. 62, Chris. 62.
No way. 62. No way.
Yeah. Okay?
At 62, she looks amazing. You know what? The dress was fabulous, but I was looking at, at her body, at how chiseled she was. I said, oh yeah, she's been lifting weights. She's been working out. She looks she looked amazing. Always. Angela's always, she's one of the ones you look for because she's going to always bring it.
You got to see the movie that the documentary on Tina Turner that she actually did herself. I thought that's a whole other show and conversation for Tina Turner to tell her story on her terms and actually really say that she's, this was the last time she was going to be seen publicly in that light. But, when Angela Bassett acted her butt off, she's in that. And she just, she got them legs, like Tina held onto them legs for a long time. She's keeping it tight. It was good.
How about our boy Tyler Perry with the humanitarian award? Okay, his speech
give the applause.
is so deserving. Let's applaud him. I mean, really. He has fed people through this pandemic. He has funeralized people during this pandemic. He has kept people working during this pandemic. He has given people opportunities during this pandemic and beyond. But he is so deserving. He talks about because he's been homeless. He's been without. He knows what it feels like. He knows what it is. And I just want to help people. And that's exactly what he's doing. You guys, his speech touched me to my core. Did you guys have a thought about his speech and his award?
If you missed the speech, Sabrina, you'll find it on YouTube.
When he talked about the woman that he saw that was coming up to her, and he thought the first thing is, let me reach in my pocket and give her some money, until she got there and she was looking down and he noticed that she didn't have on any shoes. And I'm telling you, sometimes in life, and it's just lessons. And I love that that's what we're about, is about the laughter, the light, and the lessons. Sometimes God allows us to go through things in life so that when we come through them, we're able to empathize with other people. Sometimes people can look at their life and they can be envious and jealous of other people because, why do I have to be homeless? Why do I have to be poor? Why do I have to live on this side of the town? Why couldn't I have been born to a family that had this, that, and the other? And I'm sure that maybe Tyler felt like that at some point in his life, but look where he is now. Look where God has brought him. And so because of his story and his upbringing and what his mother, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like a good mother. I'm telling you, his mother taught him lessons about, giving back, that all of that is a part of him. So he wasn't doing it so that people could say, oh, Tyler is such a great man. He was doing it because he can remember how it felt. And so that's just the lesson that we can all learn from, is that it's so good to be able to reach back, remember where you were, and to bless other people. So I promise you, Tyler Perry deserved that award on last night. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
Caterina, what were you going to say?
Money in the right hands. Money in the right hands. It just gives us, it was great that he loaned them her plane. Somebody said Tyler has a big heart. He came through for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. He's come through a few times when people have needed a plane to get from point A to point B. Tyler Perry, but just money in the right hands. We can't be afraid of abundance. And we see some great examples. I loved the speeches and hearing how, when you said viewership earlier, Sabrina, I was wondering how much of that is even political, because so many people. A lot of it.
That's what they said.
Yeah. So many people are saying that, Hollywood is a part of canceling culture. And I'm wondering what part of culture is being canceled that you want to hold on to. That's a whole other conversation. And statues should be in the museum, not up. Okay. But that's another show. But hearing how they weaved in the political thing into their speech. I loved the most how Tyler Perry did it. He told a story, and he brought it up to today, and he used his time at the mic to make a message. It's really an example of turning his mess into a message. His life is a message. And so it was really good. So deserving, so good. Everybody loves Tyler Perry.
And I love the way he said, his mother said, find a way, Junior. Find a way, Junior. Find a way. I mean, you know, even when chips were down, he found a way. And I think that could be a lesson for all of us, no matter what it looks like. You have the ability to get back up and make something different happen with your life. When you make a difference for yourself, you make a difference for others around you. And so just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're absolutely right, Caterina. A lot of it has to do, viewership is down at the Oscars because they talked about politics at the Oscars. Showbiz figures focused on racial reckoning and aftermath of Derek Chauvin verdict. And so it's political. And because they made a conscious effort to let's address it, well, some of those viewers for many, many years, they don't like it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to deal with it. And so, you know what? They say, I'm not watching.
Some people don't even understand why we celebrate. Some people don't even understand why we celebrate when we see a Black woman win, when we see a Black movie win. I mean, there's so many people that don't understand. You better ask somebody. It's been a long time. So many people have been overlooked because of the color of their skin, you know. So interesting. Interesting. Yeah. We could talk that's a whole show. That's a whole other show, but they missed a good show.
They did. They really did. And again, we just have to support those movies that are coming out. We've got a big lineup for this new year coming out. So because the climate is what it is, like you said, Crisette, earlier, we have to make it our business to get to the theaters, to stream it wherever we are, to support. And supporting that first week, that first 2 or 3 days is so important to the ratings. And so we'll make sure that our tribe is definitely out there supporting. What were you going to say?
And you know what, Sabrina? To add to that, a lot of those actors and actresses, I love how they talked about how their life was impacted by the different movies that their parents took them to see. And so you never know when you're taking your child or your grandchild that is creative. And what is the actor in the Black Messiah? The one, what is his name? That one?
We didn't even talk about
Daniel Kaluuya. Daniel
Kaluuya. You know, every time I see him, all I can say that again. Pronounce his last name.
From Get Out. Say his name, Sabrina.
I said Daniel Kaluuya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I just call him Daniel K. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna call him Daniel. You know, every time I see him, all I think is Get Out, the movie Get Out. But he was so phenomenal. If you have not seen The Black Messiah, you gotta see it because it was absolutely awesome. But I loved how he told the story of, you know, how his teacher told his mother, you know, maybe you want to put him in acting class because he has so much energy and he's always, you know, getting into things. And I just love that, you know, his teacher didn't reprimand him to the place where, you know, he's a bad student. And so many times, you know, you got to be careful who is sowing into your children's lives and what they're saying, because they can crush their creativity. And sometimes they're not busy just because they're bad. Maybe they're not being challenged enough. But that she would tell his mother that and say, you know, maybe you want to put your child in acting classes, and look, you know, where he is today. So I'm so glad that his mother listened to his teacher. And they were just talking about moments at the Oscars. And this was really funny. And I was watching it today when, you know, he gave his speech and he said, you know what, I'm so glad that my mother and father had sex, because I'm here. And his sister was like, oh my God.
Where
And the mother was looking like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Exactly. I mean, and you know what that tells us? People are all human, because sometimes when they get up, because they are so renowned and because they're, they've done so many things on the big stage, you think they don't have any fear or fright. And sometimes you could tell that they're nervous and that they don't really know what to say. And so it just, everybody is human, and everybody, have that little bit of fear, whether you're on the big stage and you're used to being in front of the camera, to those who've never been in front of the camera. But that was funny last night.
That was funny.
They talked about what it took to pull this show together. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, they delayed the event because it's usually in February in hopes of outrunning the pandemic. Still, the red carpet had to be radically downsized and the extravagant parties canceled. So, the biggest night in Hollywood, it really wasn't the biggest night, but again, we said they did the best they could. Check this out. The producers to put that show together needed to integrate live camera feeds from more than 20 different locations to comply with coronavirus safety restrictions. Despite the logistical challenges, there were no notable technical difficulties. Okay? Because you know what? Yeah. Because y'all know we've been through a lot. We've seen a lot, and it's always
we're just thankful that we got good audio today. Can you get excited?
Yeah. Seriously,
we got issues. A big round of applause.
Yeah, it was neat to see them coming in from London and different places. I mean, they got really creative. The Grammys was good, but they stepped it up a notch even from the Grammys.
You know what, Sabrina? I don't know if you have these stats. I wonder how much money they saved. Is it about the same? Did they save money, or is it costing them more because they have to do all of those things virtually? That would just be interesting if everybody is coming together and all of the stuff that goes into producing the show in normal times. I wonder if they've saved any money in their budget, or if their budget was higher.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that but I would think they save. I mean, I would think they save. Of course, you have to have that tech crew. You have to do all that in shooting in advance. People who weren't there, all of those speeches, all of that video work, but they have to do that anyway. But just think they save on ballroom rentals. They save on all that food cost to feed everybody. Right. Okay.
The swag bags, but those are really donated. I'm sure the swag bags are all donated, so that doesn't really cost them. But those swag bags that they get all
transportation. Transportation, moving all those people from A to Z. They don't have to do any of that. And they said the room that they were in normally holds 3,000. So you saw how few people there were there last night. And they said they spaced it in a way that made sense. So, I enjoyed it. I loved the African-American presence. I loved the glitz and glam. I loved it just because news has been so heavy. I just loved take a break from it all, escaping and applauding those in the arts who have done a great job this past year. Giving credit to where credit's due, for sure.
And we've heard people say, we're about to go. Go ahead, we heard folks say that you need to, anyways, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Sabrina, because I know we're about to wrap it up.
No, you got a minute. Go ahead, Caterina, go ahead.
I was gonna say that we heard, I forget how someone said they need to stick to acting or stick to singing. I love art imitates life. And I love the fact that they use this to make a statement. They would be doing a disservice if they didn't do that. So I'm grateful for the winners and how they use their voice.
That's right. Don't drop the mic, baby. Anytime you have a platform to stand on the right side of history, let's stand on the right side of history. You guys, this is We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship. Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining us. You're amazing. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. See you later, girlfriends. See you tomorrow.
Ciao, ciao.
All righty. The Facebook audience. Thanks you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We got dressed up for y'all. Because the radio people couldn't see us. We got dressed up for y'all. So we appreciate it. We appreciated the comments. They said it was a great show, great actor, and can't wait. So it's gonna be a good show tomorrow. And
yes.
Let
me tell you, where's that feedback coming from, Caterina? Okay.
I don't know.
Tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about Black infant mortality and maternal health. It's a crisis. We're going to have an amazing guest speaker. And she lost her baby about 3 years ago yesterday. And she started a nonprofit organization. This is her passion, to help families who have dealt with similar situations. So I can't wait for you guys to meet Zay and all that she has to offer. So stay tuned for tomorrow's show.
Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.